name is Sergeant Brian Bauer with the Phoenix Police Department's Public Affairs Bureau. The reason that we're out here is there was an officer-involved shooting right behind me in the area of 33rd Avenue and Campobello Road. I do want to stress that this is preliminary information at the time. Detectives are on scene. Multiple detectives are going through the entire scene, speaking with several witnesses, also canvassing the neighborhood for any other additional evidence such as surveillance cameras. So again, this is preliminary information that we have at this time. Officers were called here to the area of 33rd Avenue and Campobello Drive at about 3:32 p.m. The 911 call that came in was of two subjects in the area, one of which seen by witnesses waving a gun in the air. As the officers arrived, they got here at about 3:44 p.m. Officers immediately saw the two individuals that were matching the same description as provided by the call taker. It was at this time the patrol unit, which was a two-man patrol unit. They arrived, they got out of the vehicle. The passenger officer of this patrol car saw a subject that started running in his direction with a gun in his hand. This is at the same exact time that the officer-involved shooting happened. This was very fast, very dynamic, very fluid scene. Detectives, again, are out here on scene going through all the different evidence that was left on scene from the bullet casing, as well as talking with all the witnesses and searching for any other surveillance video that might capture more of the situation that led to officers getting called to this location. I do want to also mention that right after the shooting, officers were able to provide medical aid to the individual. We do not have him identified at this time. We don't have very much information at all. So we don't know his age. We're still working through that process. There's still the next of kin aspect that we have to notify before we can release any of that information. But he was provided medical aid by the officers on scene. At that time, Phoenix Fire Department responded as well, and they took this individual to the hospital where he's actively being cared for right now for life-threatening injuries. With that being said, I'd be more than happy to take any questions that you have. But again, this is preliminary information, subject to change. Detectives are out here collecting more information as we speak.
Were the only shots fired from the officer?
Yes.
Two suspects, is that right?
Yes, so there's two individuals that were seen on the 911 call. Only one of the subjects was running in the direction of the officers when the officer-involved shooting happened. The other subject is an adult male, stayed on scene. He was contacted by officers. He was also found to be in possession of a firearm himself. He is detained and speaking with detectives at this time.
Was the suspect who was charging the officer, was that weapon recovered?
Yes, there was two weapons recovered total, one on the individual that was detained and one on the individual that was running in the direction of the officers.
Both males?
Yes, both males. One adult, the other one, we're still working through the process of getting him identified.
Any reason why they were waving their gun around?
No, I don't want to speculate right now on anything that might be involved in this neighborhood. It's just one of the concerned neighbors that called into the police notifying us of what was going on in their neighborhood.
We do think he'll survive, the guy at the hospital?
It's still too early to tell. Again, these are life-threatening injuries. Phoenix Fire Department provided excellent care to him here on scene, along with the initial care that the officers provided. He is at a hospital where he's receiving as much medical attention as necessary.
Can you tell us how many shots were fired and less than how many shots were fired?
Well, again, this is preliminary information, but what we have right now is one shot was fired. Again, it's subject to change as the investigation continues.
Some neighbors were concerned, hearing the gunshot right behind their homes and whatnot. Any, message to the people in this neighborhood?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a difficult situation for everybody involved, for officers, for the subjects themselves, their family members, as well as the community. What we do want to assure the community and everybody involved that our detectives will do a very rigorous investigation. This is going to be both a criminal investigation as well as an administrative investigation into what's taking place. So that's why we have a lot of personnel out here that are helping us through that process. As far as community members go, we don't have any belief that there's any other outstanding individuals. We have the two people that we have contact with right now, one being at the hospital, one detained, being spoken to by detectives right now. So again, nobody outstanding, no need for the community to fear any other issues related to this situation.
Did it all happen in the street, or did any of it take place in the apartment complex over here, anything like that?
Yeah, this entire situation happened right here at the intersection of 33rd and Campobello Drive. Now, this is kind of an interesting intersection because on the north side is 34th Avenue. Going south is on 33rd. So it's the same road. One's 34th and one's 33rd, how it's named.
And also Also, wasn't there an officer involved shooting in this same area back on April 23rd? I think there was another officer involved shooting.
I don't recall that. I'd have to look into that and find the details for that. All right, got one more question?
Just to confirm, the person detained is an adult male. The person who was shot was. You don't know the
We don't know at this time, correct. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then any other follow-up will be on Twitter, and then I'll be sending out a media advisory if we receive any further updates.